All right, so we're going deep into inbound marketing today.
Inbound, huh?
Yeah, you guys sent in some pretty interesting stuff about it.
Welcome.
And you want to, like, really get how it all works, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like most people kind of know the basics, you know? Like, attracting customers with good content instead of, like, bombarding them with ads.
Right, right.
But we're going way deeper than that.
Awesome.
So it's pretty cool. Our sources actually lay out these 4 key stages.
Oh, okay.
They're called attract, convert, close, and delight.
I see.
And they're not just, like fancy marketing words.
Gotcha.
They actually show like a structured way to build those really strong customer relationships.
It's so important, those relationships.
Totally. And it's not just about, quick wins either.
No, definitely not.
It's more like building trust over time.
Exactly. It's a long game.
For sure.
Oh.
So let's break it down, starting with attract.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'm seeing some really good examples in what you sent. Like imagine a wellness brand.
Okay. Yeah.
And they make like blog posts about healthy morning routines.
Right. I can see that.
Or say a financial advisor, and they offer like free budgeting templates.
Makes sense.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about giving people something useful up front.
Absolutely. Without being too pushy.
Exactly. And that's where content marketing comes in.
Right. Content is king. Right.
Totally. And it's not just like churning out blog posts. It's got to be good stuff,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's stuff that really helps your audience.
High quality, valuable content.
Exactly. So we're talking videos, infographics, podcasts, the whole 9 yards.
The works.
Yep. And you got to pick the right format for the right people and, where they hang out online.
Yeah, that's super important.
But even with amazing content, there's still another hurdle,
Oh, what's that?
making sure people can actually find it.
Oh, good point.
So that's where SEO comes in.
With
Yeah. Search engine optimization, it's like it helps your content rank higher in search results.
so people can actually find it.
Exactly. Like think of it as like a giant neon sign pointing to your awesome content.
I like that analogy.
And then we've got social media, a whole other world.
Oh, yeah, social media can be a lot.
It could be super overwhelming, but it's crazy powerful for like reaching your people.
For sure, for sure.
And it's not about, hard selling on social media. It's more about like starting conversations and, building a community around your brand.
It's all about engagement.
Right. So our sources, they point to things like polls, Q&As, and behind-the-scenes stuff,
But showing the human side.
Exactly. It's like you're inviting people over for a chat, not a sales pitch.
Love that.
Okay, so we've got these potential customers interested with, valuable content, good SEO, and engaging social media. What's next?
All right, so now we move on to convert.
Convert.
This is all about like taking those casual visitors and turning them into leads.
Leads. Huh. So people who actually want to learn more, right?
Exactly.
So how do we do that? I see a lot about lead magnets in what you sent.
Ah, yes, lead magnets.
Fill me in.
Okay, so basically it's when you offer something super valuable,
Okay.
like a piece of content or a resource, but they got to give you their contact info to get it.
Interesting.
So think ebooks, checklists, webinars, templates, anything that your audience would really find useful.
Makes sense. Give a little to get a little.
Exactly. And it's got to be something they can't resist.
Okay, got it.
And then we've got landing pages and calls to action.
I always get those mixed up. Break it down for me.
So a landing page, imagine a web page just for capturing leads.
Okay.
It's super focused, no distractions.
Like no menus or sidebars.
Exactly. Just the offer.
And the call to action.
That's what tells them what to do next.
Like download now or something.
Exactly. It needs to be clear and like jump out at them.
I get it. Like a big button they can't miss. But no one wants to deal with, a complicated form, especially on their phone.
Oh, yeah. User experience is key.
So keep those forms simple.
Right. Absolutely. Mobile friendly too.
Makes sense. So the easier it is to like sign up or whatever.
The more leads you'll get.
Okay, I'm following. So we've got them interested, converted some visitors into leads. Things are getting serious now.
Definitely.
What happens in the close stage?
All right. So close is all about nurturing those leads.
Nurturing.
Yeah. Building the relationship, giving them the info they need to, feel good about buying.
Gotcha. So it's more personalized.
Exactly.
I bet it takes a lot of patience, especially if you're selling like big ticket items.
Absolutely. You're not closing everyone overnight.
No, for sure. So I see a lot about email marketing. Seems pretty important.
It's crucial for the close stage.
Okay, so how did that work?
Email lets you send targeted content, guide them through the process.
Give them the info they need.
Exactly, like case studies, testimonials, maybe even special discounts.
So it's about staying on their radar and building that trust.
Precisely.
Makes sense, but it's got to be more than just like blasting generic emails to everyone,
You
right?
got it. Segment your audience. Send them stuff they actually care about.
Tailored to their interests.
Exactly. It should feel more like a helpful suggestion than a sales pitch.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, there's also this thing about CRM tools.
CRM.
Yeah, I'll be honest, the tech stuff sometimes loses me.
No worries. It stands for Customer Relationship Management.
Okay.
Think of it like a really organized digital assistant.
Oh.
It helps you manage all those interactions with your leads and customers.
So keeping track of conversations, personalizing stuff.
Exactly, and automating those follow-ups.
Like a personal assistant for each lead.
That's a great way to put it.
Cool.
And then there's retargeting ads.
Retargeting? What's that?
You ever notice how, like, you look at something online
Yeah.
and then it seems to follow you around everywhere?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
That's retargeting.
So, like, I look at a pair of shoes.
And suddenly, those shoes are everywhere you go online.
It's a little creepy, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it can be. But it's
Yeah.
based on, like, what you click on and the websites you visit.
So it's not magic, but it's pretty close.
Pretty much.
And it sounds like a good way to, like, remind people about stuff they were interested in.
Exactly. Re-engage those potential customers.
Okay, cool. So what about the people who already bought something? What happens after the sale?
That's where the delight stage comes in.
Delight. All right.
This is where you go above and beyond to create an amazing customer experience.
Okay.
You want to turn those one-time buyers into, like, loyal fans.
I like where this is going.
It's about more than just transactions now.
More about building those relationships.
Exactly, making people feel valued.
I like that.
In a world with so many choices, delight is what makes you stand out.
So you're saying delight is what creates those, like, super fans who tell everyone about your brand.
You got it, turning a one-time customer into a lifelong fan.
That's the dream.
It really is.
But how do you actually do it?
Yeah.
What are some, like, real strategies for delighting your customers?
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Okay.
It's about those little touches that show you care, you know?
Like what?
Like a handwritten thank you note, a surprise upgrade, early access to new stuff.
Those little gestures can make a big difference.
Huge difference.
For sure. Now, the sources also mention exceptional customer service.
Super important for delight.
Okay, tell me more.
Your customer support team, they're often the face of your company.
Makes sense.
They're the ones talking to your customers every day.
Yeah.
So they need to be able to handle any problem, with empathy and efficiency.
It's not just about fixing things quickly,
Right. It's about making them feel heard and valued.
creating a positive experience.
Absolutely.
And it goes beyond just, like, answering questions or fixing complaints, right?
Definitely. Think proactive support, anticipating their needs,
Okay, I see.
helpful tutorials, a good knowledge base, easy self-service options.
So you're saying give them the tools to help themselves.
Exactly. But make sure they still feel supported.
Got it.
And another key thing is to actively seek feedback.
Like, don't assume you know what they want.
Exactly. Ask them. Send out surveys. Make it easy for them to give feedback.
Okay.
And here's the important part. Act on that feedback.
Show them you're listening.
Exactly. And when you make changes based on their feedback, let them know.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
Even just a quick email or social media post acknowledging their input goes a long way.
It's about transparency.
Yeah, and building trust.
I like it.
And of course, never underestimate personalization.
Oh, yeah, personalization is huge.
Use your CRM, track those interactions, understand their preferences, give them a tailored experience.
You mean like personalized recommendations, special offers?
Exactly, make them feel special.
Like they're more than just a number?
Precisely.
Okay, so we've talked about creating a delightful customer experience.
Right.
Through, like, personalized touches, good customer support, and actually using feedback.
It all ties back to the bigger picture of inbound marketing.
Fill me in.
When you delight your customers, they're more likely to come back and buy more.
Okay.
They'll recommend you to their friends, become, like, advocates for your brand.
That's awesome.
It's a win-win.
Totally.
The more you delight them, the more they'll reward you with their loyalty.
So it's a cycle. The more you give, the more you get.
Exactly.
This has been super insightful, really diving deep into inbound marketing.
It's been fun.
We've covered those 4 key stages: attract, convert, close, and delight.
All working together to create that smooth customer journey.
Yeah, and it's not just about tricks and techniques, right?
No, it's a mindset.
A customer-centric mindset.
You got it. Creating experiences that make a real impact.
And we've uncovered some really cool strategies for each stage.
Attracting the right people, converting them, nurturing them, and then delighting them into becoming those, like, super fans.
That's amazing how it all comes together.
Inbound marketing is all about building those genuine, lasting relationships.
Well said. We've covered the first 3 stages: attract, convert, and close.
We've seen how valuable content, SEO, and personalization can turn strangers into loyal customers.
But what about delight? How do we take things to the next level and create those raving fans who can't wait to tell their friends about our brand?
That's what we'll be diving into in part 2.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of inbound marketing.
Back for more.
It's pretty amazing, how those 4 stages, attract, convert, close, and delight, all work together.
Yeah, they create like this awesome journey for the customer.
Exactly, a well-planned journey.
It's like guiding them from that first little bit of interest all the way to becoming like a total brand ambassador.
Totally, they end up loving your brand and telling everyone about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go back to that attract stage for a minute.
Okay, attract.
We talked about, creating that valuable content, doing the SEO thing, and using social media to build a community.
Right.
But let's get into the details a bit more.
Yeah, let's dive deeper.
Like, what are some specific strategies for each of those areas?
Good point.
One thing that really stood out to me from what you sent was understanding your audience.
Oh, that's so important.
You can't just create content. You got to know who you're talking to.
Absolutely. You got to know who you're trying to reach.
Right. Like, you can't create effective content if you don't know who your audience is.
Totally.
So before you even think about, like, brainstorming ideas for content,
Right.
you got to have this, like, crystal clear understanding of your ideal customer.
It's like building a profile.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
gotta know their pain points, what their goals are, what kind of content they like, where they hang out online.
Like being a detective.
I like that.
Gather all the clues.
And once you have that, like, deep understanding, then you can start making content that really speaks to them.
Content that resonates.
Exactly. Content that's, like, tailor-made for them.
And that's where keyword research comes in, especially for your, blog posts and website stuff.
Keyword research. Okay.
You got to figure out what words and phrases people are actually searching for online.
Oh, so you're not just guessing.
Nope. Use data to inform your content strategy.
So you're using tools like, was it SEMrush, Riffs,
Yeah, those are good ones.
to find those, like, golden keywords.
Exactly. The ones people are actually using.
Makes sense.
Mm.
But even with the best keywords, your content still needs to be, engaging.
Oh, absolutely. It has to grab their attention.
Well-written, easy to read, all that.
You don't want a wall of text. Nobody reads that.
For sure. Break it up with visuals, use good headlines, tell stories.
Make it interesting.
And it's not just about writing, right?
No.
Videos, infographics, even quizzes can be super effective.
They can be really engaging.
Mix it up.
Variety is key.
And don't be afraid to, like, reuse your content on different platforms.
Repurpose it.
Exactly. Like, turn a blog post into a video or a series of social media posts.
Exactly. Get the most out of your content.
Love that.
Okay, now let's talk about social media.
The social media beast.
We said earlier that it's not just about broadcasting your message, right?
Right. It's more about, like, building relationships and having conversations.
Engaging with your audience?
Now, the sources we have, they talk about creating content specifically for each platform.
Oh, for sure.
What works on Instagram might not work on LinkedIn.
Totally different vibes.
You got to know the ins and outs of each platform.
Understand the audience.
Right. And create content that, like, fits in.
Blend in with the platform style.
Exactly. Like, Instagram is all about those visuals, photos, and videos, right?
Yeah, very visual.
And LinkedIn is more like professional stuff, industry insights, that kind of thing.
Right. Think about what people are looking for on each platform.
And don't forget about interactive content.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
Polls, quizzes, Q&As,
Mhm.
behind-the-scenes stuff. It all gets people talking.
Starts those conversations.
Makes them feel like they're part of something.
Part of the community.
Exactly.
And remember, social media is a two-way street.
Oh, yeah. You got to respond to comments and stuff.
Engage in conversations. Show them you're listening.
It's all about building those connections.
Oh, those genuine connections are so important.
I agree. So we've covered attract pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Valuable content, SEO, engaging social media, it all helps draw people in.
Builds a community around your brand.
Exactly. But what happens when those people actually land on your website?
Ah, good question.
How do we turn them from like casual visitors into leads who are ready for the next step?
That's the convert stage.
Convert. Okay. And our sources really emphasize those irresistible offers.
Irresistible offers to capture those leads.
Tell me more about these lead magnets we talked about earlier.
Okay, so a lead magnet is like, imagine a golden ticket.
A golden ticket. Yeah.
It gets you access to like exclusive content or resources,
Okay.
but they got to give you their contact info to get it.
Ah, I see. So it could be like an ebook, a checklist, a webinar, even a free trial of your product.
Exactly, something they can't
It's
resist.
got to be super valuable to your audience, right?
Absolutely, something they really want.
And you got to make it clear what the offer is.
And make it easy to find.
And that's where landing pages come in.
Landing pages, those are key.
Remind me what those are again.
The landing page is like a special web page just for capturing leads.
Okay.
It's super focused, no distractions.
Like no menus or sidebars or anything.
Exactly, just the offer.
Got it. And what about the call to action?
The CTA.
Yeah, the CTA.
That's what tells them what to do next.
Like download now.
Exactly. It needs to stand out, be persuasive.
Like a big shiny button they got to click.
Pretty much.
But even with like an amazing offer and a great call to action,
Right?
you got to make sure the whole process is easy,
Oh, for sure. Nobody wants to deal with a complicated form.
especially on their phone.
Absolutely. Keep it simple, mobile-friendly, and clear.
So the easier it is to like sign up, the more leads you'll get.
Exactly. The more people will convert.
That makes sense.
And don't forget about testing things out.
Testing.
Yeah, like A/B testing.
What's that?
Try different headlines, different images, see what works best.
So like an experiment to see what gets the most signups.
Exactly. Data-driven optimization is key.
Okay, I'm starting to get this whole inbound marketing thing.
It's all coming together.
So we've attracted our audience, got them interested, and turned some of them into leads.
The next step is nurturing those leads.
Nurturing.
Guiding them towards making a purchase.
Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, so back again, talking all things inbound marketing.
We've been through a lot, haven't we? Attract, convert, even touched on closing those leads.
Yeah, getting those sales right.
Now it's time for, I think, the most exciting part.
Ooh, lay it on me.
Delight.
Okay, so we're talking about like going above and beyond, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making those customers feel amazing.
Exactly. Turning them into, like, loyal fans, you know?
The kind who tell all their friends about your brand.
Exactly. And it sets you apart from everyone else.
Yeah, no one wants to feel like just another sale.
Totally. You want them to love your brand.
I'm all for creating those like super fans.
That's the goal.
But how do we actually get there? How do we delight our customers?
Well, it doesn't have to be, some big grand gesture.
Okay, good, because my budget's not huge.
It's more about those small, thoughtful touches.
Small touches, I like
It
that.
shows you actually care, you know?
Like what? Give me some examples.
Let's see, sending a handwritten thank you note with their order,
Oh, that's nice.
or maybe a surprise upgrade for a loyal customer,
Oh, I like that.
or even just like responding to their emails quickly and, with empathy.
Yeah, actually caring about their issue.
Exactly. It all makes a difference.
It really does.
Mm.
I remember this one time I ordered something online
Oh, yeah.
and the company sent a little handwritten note.
No way, really?
Yeah, just thanking me for my purchase.
That's
It
awesome.
was such a small thing, but it made me feel like seen,
Exactly. It makes you feel like a person, not just a transaction.
Exactly. Now, the sources you said, they also talk about having amazing customer support.
That's crucial for the delight stage.
So your customer support team, they're like the front line.
Yeah, they're the face of your company in a lot of ways.
Makes sense. They're interacting with customers all the time, so they got to be good.
Oh, they gotta be good.
Not just at like fixing problems, but making people feel heard.
Exactly. Create a positive experience, even when things go wrong.
'Cause things are going to go wrong sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
And it's more than just answering questions.
Right. Think proactive support.
Proactive.
Anticipate their needs before they even have to ask.
Okay, so like what does that look like?
Helpful tutorials, a really thorough knowledge base, easy self-service options.
So give them the tools to figure things out on their own.
Exactly, but make sure they still feel supported,
Got it.
Another big one is actually asking for feedback.
Oh, yeah. Feedback is important.
Don't just assume you know what they want.
No, for sure.
Ask them. Send out surveys, make it easy for them to share their thoughts.
And then actually use that feedback, right?
Yes. Act on it. Show them you're listening.
Close the loop.
Exactly.
And when you make changes based on their feedback, tell them.
Oh, absolutely. Let them know you took their suggestions seriously.
Like send out an email or post on social media.
Yeah, just a little something to acknowledge their input.
It shows you care, and it builds trust.
Exactly. Transparency is key.
Love it.
And of course, personalization.
Can't forget
It's
personalization.
so important to make them feel special, you know?
Like they're not just another number.
Right. Use your CRM to track what they do, what they like, and then give them a tailored experience.
So like recommendations just for them.
Exactly. Personalized offers, early access to new things.
Let them feel like VIPs.
Exactly. Show them you see them as an individual.
Okay, so we've talked about like the small touches, great customer service, and actually using feedback.
All to create that delightful experience.
How does all this tie back to, the whole inbound marketing thing?
Well, think about it. When you delight your customers, good things happen.
Okay, like what?
They're more likely to buy from you again.
Repeat business. It's good.
They tell their friends about you. They become like walking advertisements.
Word of mouth, that's powerful stuff.
Right. And they become loyal. They stick with your brand.
So it's like the more you give, the more you get.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
I love that. Wow, we really went deep on inbound marketing, huh?
We covered a lot of ground.
We talked about those 4 stages: attract, convert, close, and delight.
All working together to create that awesome customer journey.
And it's not just about, tricks and tactics.
No, it's a way of thinking.
The customer-centric mindset.
You got it. It's about creating experiences that people actually value.
And we learned some really cool strategies for each stage.
Attracting the right people, converting them, nurturing them, and then delighting them into becoming, like, super fans of your brand.
It's been an amazing journey.
It has.
So thank you for joining us on this deep dive into inbound marketing.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you learned a lot and got some ideas you can actually use.
In your business or even your personal life.
Yeah, inbound marketing isn't just for companies.
It's a philosophy anyone can use.
Until next time, happy marketing.